Welcome back to Scorecard Sets. It is Tim and Jacko, and we have got a big challenge for Tim today. You would have seen those avid watchers, and if you haven't yet subscribed, make sure you do that. Click that below. But Tim did. It wasn't even supposed to be training that day.
It was a rest day.
Yeah, it was a rest day.
But got excited.
I got excited and started to test. And this idea around like how much transfer from a handstand pushing strength can you get into an overhead barbell press? Seems like you haven't lifted any weights for
4.5 years.
Yeah.
Let's go for that.
So we're gonna have the weigh in now. Tim's got some scales. We're gonna see how much he weighs and then see what transfer that has compared to pushing his body weight in a handstand compared to pushing it on a barbell.
We'll talk a little bit of science along the way.
I'm sure it's tops off, isn't it? For
must be at some point.
You have to do the.
What did I say?
74 on the nose.
On the nose.
74. Yeah, and
we might play around both. We'll see.
Yeah, but we're trying to see what's the transfer from all the handstand training he's been doing for the last 4 years. Where in your handstand, obviously upside down, but you start with the arm straight and you come down and then you drive back up. So we're just trying to replicate that as much as possible to make it a fair test.
Yeah. The last thing that I was just going to throw in the mix is around the skill transfer. So yeah, it's vertical pushing. We're pushing force in the overhead position. But it's a different movement pattern. Part of my feeling is if we were going to do this for a longer period of time, then this handstand training might have a greater effect on the speed of which I can gain strength. But you won't come in and load up a one-arm back squat and expect to hit a PB, because even though it's a comfortable movement, there is some level of motor control refreshing that's going to be required. I've grabbed the bar just to warm up a little bit. It feels a little bit unusual. Yeah. It's been a while.
So as Tim's starting to, obviously he's going to do his warm-up for this overhead barbell press, using his handstand for that. But my job today is going to be purely plate boy. So my job is to stick the plates on the bar and see how many of those plates that this big bad boy can lift. If I can count, 50. Yeah. Lift! Another 5 on those that like it comes up like the bar's 20. Lift! Down. 70 kilograms. That's 70,000 grams. I need to think about that, isn't it? That's a lot. Right, nearly body weight, 4 kilos off body weight. Starting to get there. Okay, lift. Zabat! There we go, nice. Right, so we're up now. We've done 50, 60, 70. This is now 75 kilos. Tim's body weight is 74, so 1 kilo over body weight. It's getting harder, but I think I can see this one going up.
Yeah, if this goes up, this will be the most amount of weight I've ever barbell pressed.
Ever.
I've done a fair amount of this seeing the light and starting calisthenics.
So in 4 years, nothing, and then actually going to PB.
Bump.
Okay. Lift. Go on, It would have been easy if you just sent it straight up there rather than waiting in the middle. So we have it, 75 kilos, a great flipping effort to be fair, and a kilo over body weight, and the most you've ever lifted, having not actually lifted weights, which is an interesting concept. But you were thinking it was going to be a little bit easier, or you do a little bit more?
I thought it was going to be heavy, but I think it's again just coming from a place of having a number of different shoulder issues. That overhead pressing with the weight and that just feels completely different. I was so comfortable with my hands with a handstand push-up, but when I start to get some weight on there, it brings you back to thinking, yeah, okay, it's just a different pattern. I think that's one of the things to take into it, like it's the transfer of training. I'll be interested to see if I dedicated a bit more time to barbell pressing, what the potential gains would be. But from the first day out, to come back and having not barbell press for 4 years, more than that now, to come back and lift more than what I'd done ever. I've never lifted 75 overhead. That's all right.
It shows that the training and transfer effect is decent, is good. Yeah. We've got increase in stability in the shoulder from all the handstand work, and it's transferred into that. It also highlights probably, like you say, that if you want to get strong at something really specific, then you do that. The same as we do with like frog stand to handstand. It's like if you want to get good at that, you need to do plenty of those specific work.
If I was bothered about that now, I could go and invest more time in barbell pressing, because if you do more barbell pressing, you get better at it.
Yeah.
But I like handstands because it's fun. So I reckon that I'm going to wrap it up for today. Little experiment. Thanks for joining us. Until next time, class dismissed.